For now, let's dive into this next one, huh? So this is a viewer-submitted deck. A lot of the decks we play here are viewer submissions. I usually change decks every 60 minutes to 2 hours, so there's a lot of variety in the stream each day, focusing on Runeterra's constructed format. So we've got Diana here, new champion from Targon, from Call of the Mountain. That is the Targon champion. So Nightfall, which means if it's not the first card we've played in the turn, gains Challenger. Challenger with quick attacks, a very impressive combination. Basically lets Diana be a piece of removal in the early game that then sticks around as a threat. She's very quick to level up. If you've activated Nightfall 4+ times she levels. Her level mode gains Challenger and 2 attack every time you Nightfall afterwards, so can be a constant source of removal if you're readily triggering Nightfall with her. We're pairing the Targon Nightfall cards with Teemo and kind of the Mushroom Core from PNZ. So Teemo, many are aware, elusive, so can push some damage. When he plants Puff Caps every time he hits the opponent's Nexus, eventually levels up into a dork that plants way more Puff Caps. If you're new to Runeterra, Puff Caps are trap cards that attach to what your opponent's doing, and when they draw the Puff Caps, they take damage. I'm going to start card for card with what someone sent me to start. One card I'm going to keep an eye on. I was watching Nick Makes Plays the other night. He was streaming with the new expansion, and Moonstalker was a card that looked super impressive in the games that he was playing. This card, while it looks a little bit expensive at first for an aggressive deck, this not only gives itself elusive with Nightfall, but it gives something else elusive as well, which, especially paired with Diana, is a huge burst of damage. Like, if she's leveled and you Nightfall Moonstalker, she hits for 5. So, like, Moonstalker is often, like, a burst of 9 elusive damage or more, depending on what your board state looks like. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up on 3 of this before we're done here. So, let's go ahead and pop on into some games with this and see how it goes. More Trundle Acel. Let's do it. See if we can get under this appropriately. We're attacking on odds, which I think probably means it's okay if I don't have a 2-drop on 2. Maybe I mulligan these aggressively, looking for some other cheap plays. I definitely like Dustbringer into Mentor of Stones. Pepcat Peddler with Chump Wump is good, though, and their deck's likely to go long, which means we get a lot of value out of our Pupcaps, so I think I'm going to keep all of these. I think if you were going to mulligan, you could mulligan these 2, but because they're explicitly a control deck, I think having these 2 is pretty reasonable. Why is Trundle Acel so popular? I mean, this is like the big Timmy thing in this set, so it doesn't really surprise me if there's a lot of people trying it. So here's a thought. I talked about doing this on 3 here, but they've spent their first couple of turns passing. I think I'm supposed to Puffcat Peddler here to play around Avalanche. So Avalanche is a 4-drop that deals 2 to everything, so I'm going to start here so that way we don't lose our board to it. Yeah, Nocturne's super sweet. I saw a lot of other people were pretty low on Nocturne during spoiler season, but it's been impressive in decks that I played with it. So now we get to Chump Wump and then, like, put 16 mushrooms in their deck. And for those of you out there, Chump Wump giving good pandemic advice. Secure your mask and your tail, start your day. Do we just load their deck up here? I think we just load their deck up here.
Oh, that's a harvest right
Just start getting damage in.
there they go.
I can see a deck based around Nocturne. We played a love the high roll. Oh, I need to put the Teemo emote on this board. What a punt. We played a Nocturne Diane Invoke deck 2 days ago that was really good. I tagged it as one of my decks of the day. Do I just open on attacks here? I think so. At 5 mana, they could start trundling us. So I think we open on attacking for 9 here. So we get to play this other Chump Wump here. We can get down this other Puffcat Peddler. Now, one thing we do kind of got to think about is Icequake. Deals 3 to everything. I think I'm going to go ahead. There's no reason to jump block here. It's going to take 5. So if they Icequake us, I get to put a ton of mushrooms in their deck, right? So there's the Icequake. So this does 11 Puff Caps. This does 11 Puff Caps. And then this'll do 6. So I'll be up to 42 caps at 5 life, and I've got another burn spell in my hand, plus a Nightfall Elusive. Is it weird that I hated spiders and Hex, but I kind of love Teemo and Legends of Truth? Nah, Teemo's great. That's not weird at all.
They forced us to choose death or the blade.
Gems are superb. Bad for the teeth, though.
Bad for the teeth, though. So, if this hits them for 1, Mystic Shot's lethal. I don't have a Teemo emote, so Lulu will have to do. Oh no! Alright, 40 Puff Caps and 28 cards. It's okay. Nobody panic. Everything is fine. Nobody panic.
Chosen of the moon, we open our hearts to her gentle light.
What? They're conceding? Alright. Hashtag. Alright, you know, like, it's little things, chat. It's little things. I'm not sure if that qualifies as lucky or unlucky. Maybe a little bit of both. All right, we'll get the Teemo emotes in the board here. We definitely, yeah, that was the punt, right? We didn't have the Teemo emote ready to go. Swain Twisted Fate. So Dustbringer into Diana, obviously great. Probably don't mind Pale Cascade as an anti-removal, like Bilgewater knocks a lot of damage-based removal. A mulligan, the Chump Wump. Look for some other cheap Nightfall cards.
Only a fool would enter battle unprepared.
In League, the true Teemo status trait is to tilt your opponents the same in Runeterra. Yes.
Rise.
Alright, let's just get in for here. Hey, thanks, Ren. That's good to have you here. I appreciate your support. Ooh. It's probably right to just bank Spell Mana this turn. I think I'm on like the bank Spell Mana, play Crescent Moon next turn. Although I guess I can Puffcat Peddler, and then I'll have 4 next turn. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so getting Puffcat Peddler down means that this puts Puffcaps in their deck, right? Which is nice.
Temperamental as moonlight.
Do I trade Puffcat Peddler for 4 points of damage here? The answer is yes.
It's our time.
It's close, though. We're definitely the beatdown here against Twisted Fate Swain.
Gotta go with the flow.
So I get to do this. And then I get Crescent Guardian, and then I get to open on attacks next turn with double Cascade. They have like pocket aces here to blow me out. Well, now we just save this. Looking to fade like Parlay here. So I have 8 total mana. I think I want to play 2 3s and a 2. So like their colors don't have sweeper, so I think I go like Mentor into Guardian into Pale Crescent.
The future, I see.
If they have a Make It Rain, I can Pale this to save it.
Glory, courage, excuses for war.
Are they dead?
Celestial power.
They have to block, right? And then I get to do this to kill their Swain.
How tedious. You dare oppose, Noxus.
That's bummed. This is probably the play to win line, but this happens. They don't have any outs here, right? One thing that really sticks out in my mind in this deck, and I think this is an important line for Teemo decks to have to cross, is like, what does our deck look like in terms of how competitive it is when we don't have Teemo on one? And so far, we're 0 for 2 for having Teemo on one, and we were still able to put together aggressive starts, right? So, like, that's one of the things, like, okay, we know Teemo decks are good when they, like, turbo Teemo you, but our deck is being good even when that's not happening. Lease Fi, okay. I'm gonna mulligan Pale Cascade, looking for a good Nightfall Enabler here, I think. It's a little awkward. So, I think it's actually right to play Teemo on 2. Because that way, if they have Thermo Beam to kill him, they have to spend all 3 resources to do it. Whereas if I play Teemo on 1 here, he just gets beamed for 1 mana. So waiting till the second turn means their beam is worse. Yeah, we do right now, Frozen Sky. We had a really awesome host from Mogwai, and a bunch of great people stuck around from it. So they could have something like a Vile Feast here, but like which turn we play Teemo on doesn't matter if they have that, so it's really not worth thinking about.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
Gems are superb. Bad for the teeth, though.
We could use a bite.
So, seeing a little bit of awkwardness here without a good Nightfall enabler. That's a great pickup. So I can play Diana, and she'll get Challenger, and then I can gem her to hook this. Okay, in the spirit of being aggressive, I think we gem this to smack them for 3. Yeah, this game's not just over yet. Definitely has not been ideal for us so far. We've got a lot of resources left over here still. The mushroom clouds generated from Clumpwump here, very good at generating our Nightfall trigger that we need.
Split her out from the darkness.
I'm gonna go ahead and trade these here. So I can Mushroom Cloud, Crescent Guardian, and then Night Stalker. Yeah, kind of surprised they took that trade there. They must have drawn another one for the turn.
Darkness hides in their path.
I don't think I want to open on attacks here. They have 6 mana, but like I've got a Mystic Shot and stuff. Ruination's pretty punishing. It's been a hot second since I played against a Ruination deck.
The moon is our queen. The night, her kingdom.
Probably dead to that blowout. Maybe we can high roll something with Lunari Priestess here to be able to get back in it.
I cannot turn
Maybe.
back.
Hello, youngest son. How was school today? Were you a good listener for your mother? You were? What can you have to eat? You want cookies? I don't know, you could have a sandwich. Or there's some yogurt in the fridge. There's the strawberry yogurt that you like in there, in the drawer. Thanks for introducing me to Runeterra. Thanks for the 2 months resub there, CJ. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So, I think I just gem Diana here so I can Priestess. The gems here really looking sweet. And perfect. This is exactly what we were talking about. And this is why the Priestess is sweet in this deck. Because, like, we got a little bit blown up by Ruination, but this could definitely generate us a little bit of staying power as we go along. So, do I use this here? I don't think so. I think we just let this happen. Alright, Teemo did hit them at one point. Okay, I think we're just triggering Nightfall here. They are at 9 mana again, so we could see Ruination happen, I suppose. So, leveled Diana gains Challenger every time you Nightfall. So when we play Stalker here, she's going to get extra attack and Challenger. Oh, you're right. Teemo got shotted. Yeah, we had a chump make a cloud at one point.
Whatever the cost. Face You're heretic. Cloaked in silver
Okay,
light.
open to Fade Vile Feast here. Yeah, super unfortunate. So getting punished for not prioritizing killing Vi. Because Vi gets to kill my elusive now. Holding on to the Mushroom Cloud because it is a... That's a lead dross. It's an enabler for Nightfall. Why are we dead? This is putting us to 8. I have 2 blockers. Can we explain why we think I'm dead? This is elusive, chat. Oh, it's fearsome. Okay, so I have to play this.
Mushroom. Have 3.
Thank you for pointing out fearsome. Okay, now we're dead. I think if I had played around Ruination, maybe we'd have been okay there. I don't know, it's tough. They were still at 13, right? So probably not. Oh, we're still dead to the Challenger. Yeah, because it pulls the blocker. Got it. I could have also, the expecting to be able to win through Vi on the board was probably ambitious, and I could have taken different sequencing to take the Vi out of play, which would have perhaps given us better results. Nah, Lacarp, their deck's an established archetype if you're not familiar. Full mulligan here, looking for Teemo or Nightfall plus enablers. Looking for some of our 1-mana spells. This seems super awkward. Yeah, they're the Corona control or whatever it's called. The Vi Elise control is a established deck that's been around for a while. Nailed it, chat.
Prepared for anything. Swiftly. Hold this.
Ooh, are they a Mistwreath Brew? We got the new 4-drop generated Mistwreath card in the latest set. This is a decent pickup. It'll be a reasonable Nightfall enabler for us, which is nice. I think I'm playing Puffcat Peddler out here to trade with Kalista.
Have 3.
I've heard about you.
Youngest son, I love you, but you need to go upstairs. Have something to eat if you're hungry. Cut a deal with your mother if you want cookies. Eat something healthy first.
Think they can see me?
For those of you that are new, that's Declan. I am a father of 3. Have a 6-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 2-month-old. I think we just jump Wumps here, so this way we can level Teemo in response to a Vile Feast or something like that. Yeah, they're pretty good kids. I was honestly expecting, like, working from home more to be more of a hassle than it has been.
Know what hit 'em.
Huh. If they have... I kind of don't want to attack here, because if they have the Burst Mistwraith card, they get to trade a Mistwraith for this, right? I don't really want to do that. So I think I just Teemo and treat him like a Magic player here. Just put him in the dark and feed him poop. Level this up. What are their names? Jacob, Declan, and Haley. There's the 3 of them in chat. They have emoticons. Okay, so that's it's 42 caps. You know, I was actually expecting, like, caveat, we're only, we're only 5 days into the online school year, but it's been going a lot better than I was expecting it to. They're both pretty sharp kids. They understand how to, like, look at their Google Calendar and, like, join the meetings themselves. They can mute and unmute. So basically just one of us sits in the room to make sure that, like, they're paying attention and actually joining because they know how to join. And, like, we've always been pretty involved in their school stuff even during the normal school year, so, like, helping them do worksheets and stuff like that isn't too hard. That is an ephemeral one, so that's going to level this up. I think we play Clump of Wumps out here. Get a Nightfall enabled for these, and also get us more mushrooms for this. If we hit them with Teemo one more time, the game should basically be over, right? They're going to go up to, like, 100 mushrooms. I like this. We take 3, those trades happen. I have Pale Moon or Pale Kassad here. In case this combat trick is so good. Hey, Caboose Man, thanks for the 15 months. I appreciate the support. Thanks for keeping me around making YouTube stuff. What's Nightfall? Which Nightfall do we want to do here? The Invoke or the Trample? Definitely the Trample. I think we're probably opening on attacks next turn. Honestly, if they pump the Kalista, I might just let them eat that and then play this out and get in next turn. Yeah, streaming's my full-time job. I've been streaming as a full-time job for about 2.5 years now. For a long time, I only did Magic, but Magic's been kind of medium for the last year, and I picked up Runeterra, and Runeterra has just been such an incredible breath of fresh air. Really easily my favorite card game right now. I'm hoping at some point I can move into doing mostly Runeterra stuff. If the numbers justify it. If they can kill Teemo here, we might be in trouble. Just missed call, sure. Magic's a little bit medium is an overstatement. You're not wrong. Magic's a little medium is me being kind. How do I know Mogwai? Mogwai and I are both on the same esports organization, Fade to Karma. So like I don't know him personally or anything, but when he was streaming a little bit of Magic, we worked on some Magic decks together for a short stint.
Mushrooms in the morning.
So I assume they're blocking here, right? So I don't think I need to play these yet. And then each of these are going to put more caps in their deck here. Thanks, Top Hat. I appreciate that. Yeah, actually, so there is a Runeterra Invitational that has 20 invited players and then 12 slots that you can qualify for that I'll be playing in 2 weeks. Explaining the ins and outs of Runeterra, but I prefer PBU. I don't have like an intro video of sorts. Maybe I should put one together because I feel like the tutorial in client is just so good. I don't feel like I do it much justice, like doing it myself after. So like the using my pump spells aggressively here could get punished if they kill Teemo. Okay, they could not kill Teemo. So their Kalista's leveled here, but they're going to like 5, right? Is it 5? No, going to 8, and they have 104 puff caps in their deck currently. And we're still at 16 and have like shots and like other blockers, so feeling like we're in a pretty good spot. Just a couple caps. There you go. Ooh, the Burst Mist Wraith adding a surprise attacker is good. Oh, and that summons a Mist Wraith, which pumps this Mist Wraith. That's slick. Okay, so if I block here and block here, this damage here kills this, which is good. We're going to 7. So I think I just say blocks like this. See what happens. Oh, if I shoot the ephemeral, we kill Kalista. Do I need to do that though? Like I'm just killing them, chat, right? Yep, when they drop, well, they still get their card drawn. So the puff caps attached to specific cards in their deck, and there could be multiple caps. Yeah, I like saving the shots for the face. That I like saving the shots for the face. They're at 6. They've got infinite puff caps. Like, I've got this another overwhelm idiot here. I basically just need to like not get atrocity. So I'm gonna pass here with 4 mana up because I just want to not get atrocity. Is the goal here? Yeah, the 3-drop overwhelm. The 3-drop overwhelm's been really good so far. Yeah, so this seems really sweet. I hadn't found the like super aggressive deck that I'd really like so far yet this season, and this one feels good. Good cohesive game plan, little bit of interaction, some good beatdowns. Yeah, the mushrooms, the mushroom units like enable Teemo and also enable Nightfall well, which is great. So I think I'm gonna full mulligan here. Maybe I keep Lenari. They're probably an elusives deck, right? I guess they could just be like the challenger deck too. I think I'm gonna full mulligan looking for Teemo. I don't believe so, Watermelon. So the tournament that I'm playing in, the Invitational, is gonna be a triple deck format where none of your decks can overlap regions, and then the matches that you play will be best of 3, where you ban one deck from the other player, and then you have to win with your 2 remaining. Is how it will work. So I'll need to come up with 3 decks that I like between now and then. Probably try and find 3 aggro decks or aggro mid-range. I like being the beatdowns, generally speaking. I think I'm leaning towards Fizz, Twisted Fizz for one of them. That's Bilgewater Freljord. And then probably Lulu Shen. That's Ionia plus Demacia. And then I gotta find one more for the third deck. What do you think of Orion Sol and Diana? I feel like, so we played an Orion Sol Diana deck yesterday, in fact, or the day before, and Orion Sol really just kind of felt like it pulled in a different direction, because Diana's a pretty aggressive champ on average. I assume it's going to be on a site like Smash AJZ, but Smash isn't too bad for smaller formats. So like this will only be 32 players, so it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, this one could fit. Yep. Oh, that's elusive. I think I'm okay with this trade. I didn't think about them blocking, but I was invited for one of their streamer slots, Penguin, because I've been streaming a bunch of Runeterra. I've been doing almost daily Runeterra stuff for going on, like 3 months now. I did a sponsored segment like 3 months ago and kind of got hooked. The game's really well done.
I am the blade in the darkness.
So now I have to decide, do I want to Mystic Shot their Zed, or do I Mystic Shot their Challenger? I think I have to Mystic Shot their Zed, huh? Kind of feeling in a bad spot here. Quick. Witch plus Fleet Feather is gonna really beat us up. Maybe. Hopefully this Priestess can high roll something useful.
Come on, Red.
So this supports this to give a quick attack, so this gets to eat my elusive.
Push on without me.
Yeah, Zed level is really scary. I guess the Challenger is technically an answer down the line. Yeah, I think it's Duels of Runeterra is the Twitter. They're going to have a qualifier for 12 of the slots as well.
Calm mind and open heart.
I don't think the details are up for the qualifier yet. I should find more information to make a command. I'm not going to do it midstream right now, but I'll do that a little bit later. Probably while I'm off tonight.
Smell that? A bite to cook it.
Okay, so Diana here can eat their Challenger,
Chosen of the moon.
which is
We open
nice.
our hearts to her gentle light.
I'll write my own story.
Alright, so who is Diana killing? Would we rather kill the witch or this? I think we kill the Challenger, right? So they can't challenge my Diana back. And I think I'm okay attacking these into here.
Can you stomach this?
Yeah, I think I'm okay with this exchange overall. And like next turn we could go Puff Cap into Shader. Or honestly, maybe we just play the Warriors a 5-5 out. Probably depend on what they do. We could potentially see them open attacks. If they open attacks, we don't have great blocks, right?
Is it adventure time, you guys? What do you say, Glow? Yes.
It's a good pickup. This plus Shadestalker here, or this plus Puffcat Peddler. Yeah, not surprised to see them open on attacks here.
Charge.
Eat up, friend.
Defiance is our way.
I think I just take 8 here. I probably want to hold... Oh, this doesn't... I was going to say, maybe I want to hold this to give her Challenger again, but she's not leveled yet, so that's not how that works. Wonder if we'll see them Rangers resolve here. Rush. Try and kill this. They could have a berry. If we get, like, riposted here, we get put in a garbage can, but I think it's worth the risk. With them eating my thing here, I think this is valuable.
There was a little fella asking for me.
Wow, no play with 4 mana is really good for us, especially considering they didn't have a riposte or anything last turn. What am I challenging? I think it's the elusive. I think I challenge the elusive, and then I just attack with this and leave this back. Diana could die to a combat trick here, but they didn't have a trick last turn, so I think that's fine. Yeah, I agree, Top Hat Magic. I'm just like so excited to see where this game ends up at, like a year from now when we have like 2 more sets under our belt. Like if Riot keeps their balance up like they have so far, I feel like this game's got just an incredibly bright future.
The wood can't fight back, but I can.
Okay, that's a little scary. I've got these 2 at least as pump spells, so I've got 8 total mana. I think I go ahead and Mushroom Cloud plus Shadestalker here.
Unseen, unheard, the new moon conceals you from our foes. Hold nothing back.
So I could suit up and trade here. I could also suit up plus Pale Moon to trade here. Well, actually, this eats here, right? If I suit up, so that's probably the play. Oh, the Apollo would level Diana. Huh. Yeah, maybe that makes it right. I think I want to hold up Pale Moon here, right? So I'm just going to pass again. Yeah, this expansion's been absurd addicted. I definitely looking at just the spoiler, I underappreciated how good a lot of these cards were going to be. Yeah, I forgot Diane was one away from leveling. This turn could have gone worse. Yeah, I didn't count the one from Diane leveling. Diana. Whatever her name is. Sure. How about this trick is growing on me. Is it possible that this is the best combat trick in the game now? I think it might be. The more I play with it, the more it's like creeping up my list of combat tricks. Ranger Resolve is pretty good. It is. Ranger Resolve is up there too. It's awkward with the Nightfall part. I mean, it's still a trick with the Nightfall without the Nightfall part. This hand's great. Do I throw back the Shade Stalker because I have this to enable this? I don't have another enabler for this. Maybe I mulligan these two and look for some other cheap cards that could, like, enable a potential Nightfall. That's an unfortunate pickup.
We were peaceful once.
We played Nightfall Aggro with Noct Diana. So we played a more mid-range build with Noct Diana that felt really good. It played a number of Invoke cards, so that way it could go a little bit bigger and have some staying power in the mid-game. That one's up on my YouTube channel if you take a peekaboo. So I just pass here with this draw, and next turn we can go Teemo into suit up.
Prepared for anything.
Troll Chant seems good. Troll Chant's actually been less impressive than I was expecting it to be.
Armed and ready. Choice doesn't mean everything.
I didn't do this proactively because I want to do it in response to a Vile Feast, which might be greedy. Maybe I'm just supposed to proactively do it.
Their scent travels in the night air.
I like playing this out as a 5/3 so I can threaten a block on Kalista here. This is fearsome. I think I just take my hit for 6 here. Oh, I get to eat this if they attack, so yeah, I'll just take that for 4. This has Overwhelm, so I prefer to make them trade with it.
What did you find today?
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
I'll have what he's having.
Sure. I think I just want to level Teemo here as opposed to suiting him up. What do we think? They've got 4 caps. Each of these will be 8. We'll get them to 40 caps here. And that also lets me play Diana to hook something.
More for my collection.
They grow up so fast.
What does it mean when it says Nightfall? Nightfall cards get an added effect if they're not the first card you've played in a turn. So this card will give them a random Nightfall card because it's not the first card they played. It's got the little symbol there to show me that it's Nightfall. This card gets 2 extra attack permanently. So you get little bonuses. she gains Challenger for the turn, because she wasn't the first card I played.
Night descends. Face your heretic.
Do I want to attack with more than just these things? I don't really want to attack into their 4/3s, I don't think. I guess these are all fearsome anyways.
No more hiding.
Yeah, they're fearsome anyways. Let's smash them. Yeah, okay. Talk myself into smashing. I ordered Diana first here because if this sees anything die, it gets bigger. So this needs to be the first thing to die. So they have 40 puff caps in their deck. Every time they draw a puff cap, they take a damage. That's a really good pickup. So when we started this set, I talked about being unsure if I wanted like more of this effect. And so far I haven't really found myself wanting it. I think I'm just playing out a Crescent Guardian here as an extra 3 power blocker.
The full moon awakens the soul.
Did we just die? Fuck, I think we just died, chat. Well, that was scary. Alright, Spooky Spider. Spooky Spider is one that should be on our mind. Yeah, bonus deck was sweet. Alright, so if I think about Spooky Spider and hold up, suit up, we probably can't die there, right? So, little growing pains as the metagame settles itself, learning things we need to play around in different decks. So Spooky Spider out of the Mystery deck. We were at 60. We would have gone to 1. Mystic Shot doesn't sound good against Ezreal. Cascade as a trick. Dustbringer to enable Stalker all sounds good. Yeah, they're gonna have a lot of removal. Lunari Priestess, actually one of our better cards against a removal heavy deck because her Invoke is gonna let us generate some staying power, which is nice. You can high roll a Spell Shield card with this, it's quite excellent.
One star's whoopsie is another spark.
No more hiding.
Ooh, you're interesting.
I think I just trade those. Gonna trade for something at some point. Maybe I'm supposed to wait because Diana could potentially be right to wait because Diana could give us a challenge for it. I'm gonna pass here now. One of the things that's really sweet about Dusk Petal is Dusk Petal effectively lets us use spell mana to cast a unit because it reduces the cost of your Nightfall unit. So I get to go ahead and play this here now for 1, and then I can play another Nightfall unit for 2. Talk you through how to beat this deck. Which deck? The one we're playing? Or the one the opponent's playing? Because I haven't really played... This is our first time playing against the opponent's deck, and I haven't played with ours a whole ton yet. We've been going for about an hour with it. Yes, yeah, that's exactly right. Daybreak is you get this bonus if it's the very first card you've played only.
Find your own light.
Look at that! It was intuitive, and you figured it out through context clues. Rude. So, really kind of need to draw another Nightfall enabler for next turn. Would love like a clump of Wumps, either a Mushroom Producers, a Teemo. So, I don't think I'm blocking here. Nah, I'm playing this turn. Oh, I guess this enables something this turn, so I get to go, like, suit up into Lunari Priestess? Or do I go suit up into... Maybe I go suit up into Shadestalker? And then just, like, open on attacks with my Elusives? I think I like that for next turn.
Mother Moon
If they attack, I'm not blocking. I don't want to lose this to just one piece of damage-based removal. There's fear in their dojo, chat.
Forgive me.
They let the scared in. What does the Traveler invoke? So the Traveler just invokes anything in a range. If I put Mystic Shot on the chain, does that qualify as Nightfall for this? It doesn't, right? No, I'm pretty sure that doesn't work, because I don't click, this is burst chat, so I don't click resolve. So like, if I put this out here and like click them, then, see, this isn't lit up. Yeah, that doesn't count. Yeah, because it's burst, it doesn't work.
My journey ends.
Talk me out of Living Legends, chat. And by talk me out of it, I mean you can't. I'm clicking on it. This card's gasoline. This is like a great example of why Lunari Priestess is in this deck. Lunari Priestess often will high roll you one of the 3 picks to give you staying power against these control decks. So, refill your mana. This doesn't put me to 10 if I'm not already at 10, right? Is how this works. So I need to be at 10 to go back to 10. I'm gonna try and kill the snake here so I can't eat my 4-2. Is this deck doing well? Yeah, it's been really sweet so far, Dr. Bruhaha. It always refills spell mana, I know that much. They have another deal one here. Yeah, it always fills these up. But I think I want to wait till we get to 8 or 9 because a lot of the bombs that this can generate cost that much mana.
Secure me tail, start the day.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start my day. Good advice for everybody living in a post-COVID world. Put on your mask to start the day. Rude.
Sisters.
I think we open on attacks here. Yeah, securing your tail is also important. Definitely don't skip the securing your tail part.
Another day in the field.
All right, with Teemo's here, I was gonna open attacks, but with Teemo, I'm gonna try and get Diana in. Their Ezreal is at 6 of 8, so gonna be leveling soon. Okay, hopefully they can't kill her. I think they've used 2 beams. They've used at least 1 beam. We're hoping to fade second beam on Diana here.
Find your own light within the darkness. Your light is a lie.
Your light is a lie. That's unfortunate. Well, you see, Runeterra just had an expansion, and the Magic team can't balance a format to save their lives, so... I think I'm letting them eat Teemo with Ezreal so I can smack them for 2. I think every point really counts here. Definitely feels like we're out of this one, though.
Believe or burn.
They could be worried about Pale. Yeah, they're worried about Pale.
Grow free.
I guess if they were keeping track, they would have known that I didn't have Pale, because they knew the 2 mushrooms, and this is a Celestial card, so they don't know which Celestial card this is, but they do know it's a Celestial card. That can be difficult to track, though. Maybe the Celestial cards in your opponent's hand should have some kind of indicator on them for that reason. Maybe there should be some kind of icon that highlights they start holding a Celestial, because you should technically be able to track that manually, right? I think I'm just doing this now. Do I want to get Peddler down first? Like, I really feel like I just want to use my mana this turn, right? Like, I could roll some 9 and 10 drops that I can't play and be sad, but this feels like the Living Legends turn. So I can play these two, and this draws me a card, or I could play the Destroyer out, plus this, probably the Destroyer plus the 1-drop. Yeah, 7-drop, 1-drop. Oh, wait, I would have gotten more if I would have played for each Celestial card. So if I start here, this has 1 more attack. I'm aware we made an oopsie. How has this felt so far? Really, really clean roller, dude.
Requires concentration.
It's a shame we didn't roll the stun card.
Fear not death.
I don't think I kill this. I don't really think I want to give them gems. At least not free combat. Okay, so I was gonna open on attacks, but now I'm probably supposed to play Puffcat Peddler so I can cantrip Pale Cascade inside of combat, right? Is the play?
Have a mushroom. Have 3.
I've heard about you.
So this, if we're 1 point short, I missequenced and this should be a 9-7. If I would have played this first, this would be 1 bigger. Things to think about. Wait, that counts for Ezreal? Pick 2 enemies when you've targeted. So picking counts as targeting? Today I learned.
I'll scout ahead.
We're gonna be like 1 point short. Hopefully we can high roll it with puff caps.
Obstacle, meat gauntlet.
I'm too airborne.
Lord knows sparks will fly.
You're between me and glory.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment. The precision of the wording on Runeterra cards. And maybe I should have killed this in combat last turn. If I kill this in combat last turn, it's not, it wouldn't be here now blocking.
Think they can see me?
There they go.
Think we're dead. We could like really high roll mushrooms here, but they're only gonna have 19 puff caps in. So they could be at 6 here, but
Fly away. Just trying to help.
yeah, Ezreal's about to have a bunch of gems. And yeah, perhaps I think I messed up and I should have killed the gem maker the previous turn. They would have taken 4 extra here. So if I make better decisions, my opponent would have taken 5 more exactly, right? they would have taken 1 more from the overwhelm, and they would have taken 4 more inside of combat. Is exactly what we needed.
Start bragging if you could back it up. Nailed it.
Yeah, really close. Really close game. Yeah, and that's one of the things I love about Runeterra. I feel like Magic has really lacked that in recent games. Is like there's almost every game of Runeterra that I lose, there's always so many decision trees where you can like look back at it and go, well, if we make like a little bit different choice here, or we play to that percentage here, and it's probably right to do that because of why. Yeah, when you talk through it, a lot of the time there's things you can look back on and go like, oh, if I think through this better, there's something different I could do here, which would be good for me. Hey, Delta, thanks for the 16 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, there's so much player agency. There's so many in-game decisions that you make. It's often easy to find things you could have been doing better. This game's actually great, huh? We get to do this, enable this, and then we have these, and then Chump Wump. Chump Wump giving you 2 Nightfall enablers is so fantastic. Feels really great. And Chump Wump plus Puffcap Peddler, like, puts a meaningful number of Puffcaps in their deck, which is also great. Yeah, I mean, the mana system in Magic takes away decisions because you just frequently don't have as many spells. Like, not only do you draw twice as many cards in Runeterra, but also none of them are lands, which is great. Maybe something similar to the last deck we played against, only with Vi instead of just Ezreal. The animations are really good, Delta. The core game is free to install, and if you wanna poke at it a little bit, I definitely would recommend just installing it on mobile or on your PC and play through the challenges. They're a tutorial that has optional levels that teach you all the gameplay mechanics.
It's our time.
A lot of similarities to Magic. Attackers, I declare attackers, they declare blockers. Dissimilar to Magic, both players basically untap each turn and draw a card.
Hold still.
The resource system is more similar to Hearthstone, though, with a twist where both players get a resource every turn. Alright, so I have 2 mana here. I think we just Dusk Petal and play the Shadestalker here. I played the Night Petal because this has Nightfall. So it gains elusive permanently, making it harder to block if it's not the first spell we play each turn. So that Night Petal, explicitly a Nightfall enabler for us. Yeah, exactly, Vortal. Your sweet bombs are playable because you have more time to get to them. You're more guaranteed to get to them on curve. Yeah, spell mana making more expensive spells playable is also great. I think I want to play this out to start. If they want to Thermo Beam either of these, that's fine. Not really expecting, like, Get Excited in their deck, although maybe they have 1 or 2. If they have gems, Get Excited is not too bad. Where did my chair go? I almost just sat down, not realizing that my 6-year-old rolled my chair over towards the door when he left earlier. So I'm really glad I looked. Really glad I looked before I just trusted that the chair was going. Yeah, I agree, Jet. Hey, Mega Yanny Trots, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Oglandia. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month. Yep, and like, so this is fine. Like, they're 1-for-1ing me here, and they're technically losing tempo on this exchange because they spent 5 resources to kill my 3-resource thing. Warcraft, thanks for the re-up in that Prime. I appreciate the 2 months. Welcome back. And the Taikiro, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Oglandia, folks. So definitely just dropping Chump Wump here. So Zaunite Urchin is interesting. So at a glance, I assume that they might be similar to the more controlling build we just played against, but Zaunite Urchin makes me think that my opponent's probably something a little bit more aggressive. Vi can also be an aggressive champ.
Oh, that's a harvest right there.
So again, mushrooms from Chumpwump being an excellent Nightfall enabler here. Get to go ahead and play Crescent Guardian out. Yeah, I agree, Yothan. So, like, Hearthstone's resource system fixed the issues of Screw and Flood that Magic had, but Runeterra's spell mana takes it even a step further, and Runeterra's spell mana fixes the problem of tempo loss that's very common in card games if you can't play a card in a turn. Really feels like they solved those two issues elegantly. Like, Hearthstone solved one of them, and then Runeterra's like, oh, there's this other issue with card games. We can fix it like this. So, if they have a Static Shock here, I'm really sad. Yeah, it might have been, so like, it might have been right, honestly, here to just pass the turn. This kind of felt like a Telegraph Static Shock, and I played into it. I would be very surprised if Magic ever tried to reinvent itself. Magic basically only still exists today because of boomers who enjoy it for nostalgia reasons. And Commander. I mean, Commander is largely nostalgia reasons. I'm not a boomer yet. Alright, so Vi is tough, which means she takes 1 less damage every time she takes damage from a source. So Vi is gonna get to hook this, and I can't really save it with Pale Cascade. I think I just Mushroom Cloud passed. Not unlike most of the world's political system. Change is scary and Magic's familiar. Is basically the TLDR. We're gonna play out the other Crescent Guardian here and then open on attacks next turn with 10 power worth of Overwhelm. Yeah, I think if I would have played around the Static Shock last turn, we'd be in a much better spot, and I didn't because I'm a big dumb stupid. This does not change my play, I don't think.
Just accidental art.
Still just opening on attacking for 10. Hoping to fade, get excited. Thermo Beam can't kill these if I open on attacks because it's slow. We can drop them to 8, maybe 8 Mystic Shot plus whatever Lunari Priestess invokes to maybe clean up afterwards. That's actually really good.
Ooh, you're interesting.
Hoping to fade Static Shot and Mystic Shot here. If they have another piece of removal to kill this, we're probably just dead. It's unfortunate. It might have been wrong to open on attacks here. I don't know, opening on attacks played around Thermo Beam. But if I would have not opened on attacks, that Pale Crescent would have drawn me a card, which is kind of a resource I need at this point. The fact that they're at 18 probably means that Lunari Priestess isn't going to get us out of this. provided at least one of my 2 5/3s get through there. Alright, well,
Calm mind and open heart.
I'll take a do-over.
May all those who journey find what they seek.
Okay. This is a 7/5 elusive that heals the first time it dies. Vi is gonna level up here, but actually, I suppose if they hook one of my 3-power things, I can kill Vi with Mystic Shot, which would be ideal. We'll see how conservative they want to be with her.
Sunlight guide you, my brethren.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
Let my stars guide all travelers onward.
Yeah, I'm supposed to play a mushroom there to soft pass. I assume they want to attack, though. Like, they really want to level Vi this turn, I would assume. They also might want to wait till they have some kind of protection for her, and they might just pass to kind of burn my mana.
Here's the fun part.
How conservative are you? Do you play around Mystic Shot?
Coming at ya.
Not playing around Mystic Shot. So this is a good example of how the rules work. So she'll level if she hits here. However, if I Mystic Shot here, she's not going to level because she'll trade. So Mystic Shot will happen, put her to 2 toughness, combat will happen.
Enforcer down.
So with our Immortal Fire here, we're definitely not opening on attacks. The Juice Box emote is really good. You're not wrong. That is the kind of card that could help us steal this game, along with our Immortal Fire here. Gives itself and something else elusive. Do they have a Hush? That's not great for our hero.
Speak truth.
Offer this trade and this trade. Hit them for 2. They might just eat this, leaving my 4/3. Yikes. Okay, so the board's empty, but empty board definitely favors my opponent, and it's not close. They've got, like, leveled Israel in their deck now, too. I think the best way to try and overcome that, HAZ, is just try and do absolutely no stakes. Things like the lab settings are a really good example of that. Things where just like there's actual no prizes on the line.
Thought you'd never ask.
It might be right to try and be greedy and force them to Mystic Shot before playing this. I think I'm gonna take the redraw and try and high roll again here, because I think I just need the most resources possible. So they're out of resources with this Ezreal at least, unless their last card is a draw 3. Sometimes their last card's a draw 3, chat. You can find my deck list. You can always find them on the overlay. You can also type !deck in chat to get a link to my mobile Linux page. Remember when I said we were going to try and high roll a Celestial, chat?
May all those who journey find what they seek.
Lunari Priestess is really an awesome tool in this deck. They have another Mystic Shot? Don't thermo beam me. Have a heart. Don't thermo beam me. Have a heart. I did not get a spell shield one. So like this is like the odds of you getting one big thing on Traveler or Lunari is high. Like the probability of you getting one thing that costs 7, 8, 9, or 10 is very reasonable in your 3 looks. Especially when you consider that the Traveler gives you a reroll. Like we had here. So this has Challenger, gets some extra attack, and when it attacks, yes! It gives everything else 2/2 and over. Like, that's super impressive, right? Like, our deck has these aggressive slants, but just like the fact that we get to play the Invoke as a Nightfall enabler, but also that extra in the mid to late game is just really, really awesome. Alright, speaking of Invoke, should we play the big Invoke guy? We're gonna wrap. I'm gonna hit a quick ad roll while I get things set up and tweet out that we're switching over. When we get back, we're gonna play 3 Ori and Sol for the first time on stream. So we'll be back in just a bit with a little bit of Trundle, War Mother's Call, Aesol Ram. So I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere.